Cardiff. Happy Wednesday. Let's get going with our task for today. So today we're thinking about next year and thinking about things that we want to achieve and things that we want to do next year. So we're doing some goal setting today. So goal setting is basically means that we're going to set ourselves a target of something that we want to be able to do, something that we want to achieve next year. So this can be about anything at all. Now, you might set yourself some goals to do at home, to do at school, or to do outside of both of those places. So an idea for a goal at home might be that you want to learn to bake something like brownies. You might want to learn to be able to do that and to make a really nice cake or something like that. A goal that you could do outside of school might be that you want to join a club so that you can get better at something or to meet new friends. So I know a lot of people in my old class have played rugby, so they've got a club that they go to, and I know that it's helped them to get better at their sport, but they've also got lots of good friendships going on from that. So you might want to join a club. Now you could join a club at school. We've got some great clubs going on at school, so that might be something you want to do as well. You might want to learn all of your timetables so that you can be the timetable rockstar champion of year 3. And that's something that will take a little bit more time and practice to make sure that you are the fastest and the best in our class. So there's some ideas of some goals that you might set both at home, elsewhere and at school. So why is it important to set ourselves a goal? Now it's important because it gives us something to aim for. Rather than just thinking, oh well, I'll just do what I need to do. It gives us something that we want to work to. So if you set yourself a goal, it might make you try a little bit harder at some things so that you make sure you're giving it your best all the time. Plus, if we decide on a goal, then we know what we can do to get towards it. So if you want to learn to bake brownies, then that would be your goal. So then from that, you can then go, right, what do I need to do to be able to get to that goal? So the first step would be to find a recipe and then have a go. Once you've done it once, you'd see how it was, and it might be okay, they might be all right. But then the next time you come to do it, you could maybe try a different recipe or change something in the one that you've already done, maybe add something in or take something out to see if you can make it even better. So setting goals is all about making ourselves better and moving our learning forward. Because we all know that we're never done learning, we can always keep learning. I'm still learning now. So we're trying to see if we can make ourselves even better. So what are your goals? Today I want you to have a really good think about what you want to achieve in year 3. You might choose 3 things that you want to get better at school, or you could choose something else. So it could be all just about school and about your learning and lessons, or it could be something else. And once you've chosen your 3 goals, think of one thing that you can do for each goal to help you to achieve it. So how are you going to get to that goal? So let's have a look at an example. So Miss Clayton's goal. So my goal is up here. It's to read 1 book per month. Okay. So my goal is to read 1 book every single month. So I want to read 1 book every month of this school year. So starting in September, I want to read a book in September, October, November, and so on. So every month I'll do a new book. Now it doesn't sound very impressive because I know a lot of you go through reading books every single week or every few days. But adult books are much longer, so it does take you a while to get through them. So I think this is quite an achievable goal, but it will be a bit of a challenge for myself. So how will I achieve this? Well, I could say that I'll sit one weekend and just read a full book in a weekend, but I don't think I'll stick to that. I'll probably get a little bit bored or a bit distracted or just busy. So what could I do that's an easy thing that I could do every day? Well, I could read 1 chapter of that book every single night. So on the first of the month I could read the first chapter, and then every day I'll just read 1 chapter until I get to the end. And hopefully by doing that, it's only a little bit every day, but it'll lead to me having read a full book in a really short amount of time. And that's something that I can achieve and I can do every day by just reading that little bit. So that's how we would do it. So you set yourself a goal that might take you a little while, and then you think about what's the one small thing that I can do maybe each day or each week to be able to get better at it. So this is how I'd like you to have a go at yours. So I want you to choose your 3 goals. So my goal is, what is your goal? What do you want to be able to do? So it might be that you want to learn all of your timetables. Now for year 3, you need to know your 2s, 5s and 10s that you've already done in year 2. And you also need to know your 3s, 4s and 8 times tables. So you might set yourself a goal of learning those 6 times tables. Now, You can't just say, oh, I want to learn how to do them all and then I'll just do them. Well, how will you achieve it? What do you need to do? Well, you could go on Times Table Rockstars every day or every weekend, or you could practice writing them down. It's up to you. There's lots of different ways that you could reach that goal. So think about, what is your goal and what do you need to do to get there? Now, this might be a good one to have a chat with an adult or someone else in your family, so you can think about what might you be able to do this year, and see if they can help you with this. Because it's quite tricky sometimes to set ourselves a goal. So think about what things you might want to get better at. So again, it can be about your learning if you want to. It could be about joining clubs or something you want to do in a club. Or it could just be about something at home that you might want to be able to do. You might want to learn to tie your shoelaces, or what else could we do? Learn to tell the time. There's lots of different goals that you can do both at school and at home as well. So just a little reminder, make sure that your goals that you set aren't too hard. There's no point setting a really impossible one, because then you'll feel rubbish if you don't achieve it. So choose something which you can have a practice at and that you can do at home or at school. So it's something you can actually practice daily or weekly. So my goal might be about getting better at baking, but I don't think setting a goal of winning the Great British Bake Off this year is a very sensible goal. So I might say I want to get better at baking, so I want to be able to bake a birthday cake for my mum. And that might be my goal. I want to get really good at baking so that I can make a really good cake for my mum. Probably a better goal than wanting to win British Bake Off, because there's some very good people on that, and I don't think I'm quite that good yet. Make sure your goal isn't too easy. So try to give yourself a bit of a challenge. If your goal is to join a club to get better at a sport, set a goal of joining, but that's not really doing much. So if you've done that, that's a little bit too easy, because it's quite easy to just join a club. But once you've done it, then could you give yourself a target? So I want to join a club and I want to do something whilst I'm there. So do you want to score a goal in every single practice session that you do? Or if you're joining a club for an instrument, do you want to join that club and then learn to play a certain song on that instrument? So try and think about making it so it's not too difficult, but also not too easy. Learn to tell the time or tie your shoelaces would be a really good one, because you've got an easy outcome there where you know that you can do it, but it takes quite a bit of practice to do both of those things. So think about the things that you'd feel proud of. So what things would you like to be able to say, oh, I can do that? So try to be brave and do something new or different. Don't just set yourself a goal that's quite easy and a bit safe. Try and do something a bit different.